And hello, welcome back to Japan Game Junk. This time I'll be talking a little bit about the hard-off store in Soka City. And in fact, this store opened up very recently, I believe just about a week ago, or a week before I went to visit, which was February the 10th of 2025. And I felt a little weird because going there were a couple of clearly new, I guess within the past year perhaps, new to Japan American girls in their early 20s, and they were getting a bunch of stuff that were not the cheapest price. Basically, any other store you go might be cheaper, actually, for the hobby stuff they were getting, these figures and stuff. And I wanted to say something, but again, it's not my business, so I stayed out of it. But yeah, then when I left the store, they were still hanging out outside, and I saw that they were on bicycles, and thus perhaps they could not access the wealth of stores that I can, and would not be able to take advantage of my advice that I give out on these episodes. So if for some reason you're listening to this, ladies, I wish you well in Japan, and hope that you can find better deals, and don't just stick around the Soka area, because, yeah, it's, as I found out, it's not the best deal to buy stuff in the Soka store. There is a Soka hard-off, a previous one that I thought was very good, but it didn't move. I believe this is the moved one. So, I guess they increased their prices when they moved the store. First thing I noticed, though, that was of a rarity was, it's a Dreamcast, but it's a special edition. It's got a signature on it of, let's see, what does this say? Special model, and I cannot read the signature at all. But it's got maybe if you've seen this before, look for the signature model Dreamcast with an oval silver plaque on the top, and that's what it was here. So anyway, the machine alone, with only a controller and the cables, no box, was 25,000 yen. They had a boxed Virtual Boy for 88,000 yen. Wow, that's 11 times what I paid for mine with the box way back when, a few years ago. Anyway, if you want it, it's there. A PC FX system, 25,000 yen. I've seen it cheaper. I would not pay more than 20,000 for it if I wanted to buy it. That's including the box. This did not have it, but it does look like it's in good condition, though, for what you can see. Let's see, what else? Oh, so they had a weird gunfighter old LCD game in box. It looked like a very interesting curiosity for 8,000 yen. They had a Pokefami portable Famicom system. So it's your plug in your Famicom games and play it on the go with your AA batteries for 5,000 yen. And they had Wonder Swans like crazy. Anything from a black and white regular old Wonder Swan for 3,000 yen, or 4,000 yen for a rarer color, up to a Wonder Swan color in box for 16,500 yen, or a Swan Crystal with no box for 16,500 yen. Of those, the best deals would be the cheapest Wonder Swan or the Swan Crystal. They had a Magic Knight Ray Earth branded red Game Gear for 25,000 yen. I've seen them around for a bit cheaper, but the screen looked like it was not really scratched up or anything, so hey, there you go. Mr. Driller boxed for the Wonder Swan color was 11,000 yen. I was surprised by that. It was fairly cheap for me not too long ago. And Uzumaki. This is a game that I haven't picked up lately. I had it back in college when I had a Wonder Swan this is back in 2002, and I picked it up super cheaply there, including the box. I probably sold it off for almost nothing. And here it was being sold for 15,000 yen. It's kind of crazy. The Arcade Card Pro for CD-ROM systems to let you play arcade ROM games on your PC Engine. I bought mine for 7,000 yen. Here it was 20,000 yen, although mine was just the card and not the box included. Caravan Shooting Collection for Super Famicom was 3,000 yen, and that's actually a very good price. I do have it, but it's part of my Nintendo Power, that download cartridge thing. I got it on there. But it's a very small game, so it fit on there along with Metal Slater Glory on one cartridge there. But yeah, Caravan Shooting Collection is a interesting game, and it's got a collection of all these old games from the Caravan developer. You can play the shooting games. 3,000 yen is a good price. Let's see. Oh, Hawkeider like one of these superheroes, the Sentai, hero games for Saturn. Actually, I didn't even know about this game ever, and so I just thought it was interesting. 2,000 yen for a game I'd never seen before, and checking later, that's kind of the going price anyway. But yeah, it's a game. Also for Saturn, Bug, 6,000 yen, kind of a lot. And at this store, they did also have a Dreamcast, it did everything, and it had the controller, AV cables, but it was super, super yellowed, like it was left out in all the sun's rays for many years. So if you don't care about how your Dreamcast looks, but you need to have a complete one, this is kind of the going price on the cheap side, so there you go. And they also had a Twin Famicom, which was labeled as not tested, play at your own risk kind of thing for 12,000 yen. And usually that means that the Famicom works and the disk drive does not. So if you know how to swap out a belt, then that's kind of an okay price, but I got mine for 4,000, and maybe you can get yours kind of cheaply. So anyway, there we go. And that's what was there. On the day, I think I only got a few, actually, Blu-rays two were 100 yen, and one was a 4K Blu-ray for 500 yen. And that's all I bought on that day. So, anyway, check it out if you like, and, but if you go there, don't be like these two young ladies who I saw and make a mistake to buy a lot of stuff, Make sure this is not your last stop in anywhere you might go and shop around, because, again, the prices here, for the most part, are not the best. But thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day, and remember that you're a wonderful person, and everyone thinks that you're just swell.